High school rugby is going live from St. Mary's College of California in Moraga, California. It's the Torrey Pines Falcons facing off against the St. Francis Lancers in the 2026 California State Finals. What an occasion, what a day to crown a champion here in the next 80 minutes. This presentation of high school rugby is brought to you by the sensations of USA Youth and High School Rugby. USA Youth and High School Rugby is building the future of the sport across America, igniting passion in new players, elevating school and community programs, and creating real pathways from first touch to lifelong opportunity. On fields just like this one, athletes are discovering the game where everyone belongs. And Rugby Riot, looking for a better way to follow high school rugby? Scan the QR code on your screen or head to rankings.rugbyriot.com for the Rugby Riot Hub ranking scores, team pages, and coverage from around the country. Rugby Riot, giving high school rugby the hype it deserves. And of course, TVX Sports Video. They've been covering sports in Southern California and around the country for nearly 20 years and committed to bringing you the best live, local, and emerging sports coverage. Hello, wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. I'm Dallin Stanford, former US Eagle and World Rugby commentator. Joining me today on the call, former USA Eagle, MLR broadcaster, and sleek sensation Will Hooley. Will, what a marvelous occasion to team up, my friend.
Oh, Dallin, it's so good to be with you, my man. I mean, we did a little promo yesterday on social media. The excitement for this one. This is the last two remaining high schools here for the state championship in California, and they know each other so well. St. Francis against Torrey Pines have met each other 3 times, ultimately in this same point of the competition. Last year, St. Francis grabbed it, 33 points to 24. Torrey Pines are here for redemption. I've been very impressed with them, watched them previously here in the high school season, but be aware, there is some outstanding brotherly X factor that is in St. Francis.
Yeah, and talk us through the Torrey Pines. Players to watch, in your opinion.
Well, in particular, I'm going to be looking at the number 10s and Reese Curtis. He's such a game player and talisman for the Falcons. Expect him just to operate, getting that territory. He has a really good kicking game, but it also must be done under some pressure. They'll no doubt try and get to him, look to try and charge him down, as maybe that could be a potential thing for St. Francis to work on. But then the other big one for me, Dallin, is Shea Farkash. He is a monster in the back row. Expect big hits and big carries by the number 8. He has to have a big game if the Falcons are going to look to try and come out on top.
Yeah, they're captained by Andrew Tate, the inside centre. Duck Choi is another player who we've seen all season long, absolutely dominating form. They face the Lancers, 4-1 so far, and here's a look at their side. Who should we watch out for, Will?
Well, it's the brothers. Literally, it's incredible, isn't it? They're apologies if I haven't thrown that out straight away, but don't worry about the surname. Just worry about the fact that they have number 11, number 12, number 13. They have class in their ability to break the gain line. And also the other number 10, the 10 for St. Francis, Pifoletti, really strong player. He's the one who tries to game manage their way through this match. These guys know about winning in the championship stage here in California. They are looking to go back-to-back, Dallin. Really excited for this.
Yeah, Kamani is the captain. Kayon Aina apparently has committed to Cal as well. What a player he has been. 8 tries this season, patrols the midfield, certainly one to watch. But that chemistry you mentioned with the brothers, how amazing. You mentioned there's 6 of them. Also, a shout out to their family watching, particularly in the UK and, of course, locally here as well. Such a massive occasion for their family name to shine, Will.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, remember that name. Keona Aina, in terms of what's going to be, no doubt, a big influence on this match. You kind of feel the brothers do connect and play well alongside Pifoletti. I haven't mentioned, of course, the forward power that they have got up front, the Lancers. It's going to be really down to who executes at the right time. Those key moments in a championship game, it doesn't matter whether you look at the professional side of things or this high school side of rugby. It's about those key moments of the game, Dallin. You know, I know that rugby is built on momentum. Can you not try and just play the occasion? Can you play your rugby game that has got you to this point? For the Falcons and Lancers, I'm really excited just to see how they settle themselves in this championship final. And what a day we got for it at St. Mary's. St. Mary's, a college that's so known for rugby here in the US. California Legion in Major League Rugby, they're going to be playing one of their home games as well this season at St. Mary's. it's a beautiful way of seeing the pathway from high school to college and then, of course, professional rugby. No doubt, Dallin, we're going to be looking at stars here in this game that could be the stars of the future for rugby in America.
No, you're so right indeed. Take a look at some of our community partners as well. NorCal Rugby is on board. Their mission to prepare youth to be positive and productive members of society. I just love that. They utilize rugby as that vehicle. And then SoCal Youth Rugby as well. On the other side, working with youngsters ages 4 to 18 across 10 counties in Southern California. You saw a little pop-up there for the Legion Community Foundation as well. Well, their impact and legacy with the San Diego Legion originally, and then, of course, now with the California Legion. You mentioned that game. They'll be May 16th, in fact, playing here against the side from Chicago. I know you'll be cruising around and providing all the intel in Major League Rugby world, which is fantastic as well. So not only are you covering the game with developing stars, but of course the professional game.
I'm trying to get around like a bad rash, just here, there and everywhere. But it's so good to be involved in seeing this sport grow. And what we've got in front of us with the Falcons and the Lancers truly is, as I say, the stars of the future. That man who's about to kick off, Reese Curtis, he is going to have a big game for his side today. The Falcons wanting to get redemption after last year just coming up short. Expect a big occasion, a big physical battle. Let's get it.
We're underway for the 2026 California State Championship. Torrey Pines kicking off from left to right. And this is the side from Southern California looking to claim possession first. They're with the black shorts, red and black around their jerseys as well. Bryson Waterhouse gets in there. Now scrum off Alex Brightson with the first touch. Garcia rampaging up, taking on a few plays. He's such a live wire as the number 6, Gabriel Garcia. Big tackle, crunching coming in as they're driving their legs beautifully upfield into the 22. First chance here for Garcia. Again, trying to rip on the outside. Battles to the ground for Torrey Pines. The Falcons, 10-0 so far this season. Nick Tate comes flying in as well. Ball there for Brightson, moving it to the left. That's good width to attack. Here's the captain thrown to the ground. That's Andrew Tate. Slower ball to work with for Torrey Pines. To the right, here's Farkash. Such a try-scoring machine. There's Shea Farkash. He goes to the ground, well handled. Long passage of play. Curtis throws it to the left, but big upending tackles. That one was dangerous. So the first penalty from referee Tim Liu goes towards the side from Southern California.
A really good start by the Falcons there from the kickoff, trying to get that possession back and just building a few phases, getting the early ball carriers into the game. I mentioned Farkash, how important he is to just get the Falcons over the gain line. The Lancers, big hitters. You can see by the size of their boys that they are there. You don't want to run straight into them. You need a bit of footwork. You're going to need to try and get over the gain line to make sure you get on the front foot. Just this big shock trying to come in, but in the end, just twisting that leg, going above the horizontal and landing well. The Torrey Pines player just on the shoulder. Not allowed to do that. That comes the penalty. And, well, a first chance for Reese Curtis to get some points on the board. And as for Torrey Pines parents and fans watching, this will be a nice nerve settler if this goes over.
Just over 2 gone with the Falcons looking for the first points. Stunning conditions here. Reese Curtis raises the flags. The Falcons have the first points in this game. They lead 3-0.
Great 3 points there for Curtis, and that's exactly what you want as a fly half, just to get that settler, as I said earlier, in the game. First few points, not an easy kick, but in front of the post, he'll want to be making sure that he strikes it well today. It's a final. It comes down maybe to just a few points come the end. Important for the Falcons to get on the board, and as for the Lancers, they just need to regather themselves. It's still very early in this first half.
Yeah, you mentioned a rematch of the 2025 California State Final. St. Francis winning 33-24 a year ago. But since then, Torrey Pines, they're looking for redemption. They've had such a strong season in a very difficult competition in Southern California. 4-1 so far, the Lancers. So half the amount of games they've played. As they kick off here, ball spits free. It's there for Torrey Pines. Their forwards getting steady ball here. Set up a couple of phases. They bash it upfield. Liam Fecco with a good carry. Garcia is there with him. Brightson looking for the exit. Finds his fly off and they hoof it downfield. The Lancers now haven't had possession yet. Their first chance, looking to counter. That's a good carry upfield as well from their fullback, Naya Alatini. Let's go off Jake Bond. As some of his big forwards trying to get over the gain line. Penalty for the Lancers with a quick tap. Looking around the fringes, this is Bond. He'll be called back though.
See there, just the wish of Bond trying to play quick, and maybe that's something to come, as it even looks like they might even be doing a tap penalty as they do now. Clearly wanting to play ball in hand and build that tempo.
Yeah, they go over the halfway line to St. Francis. Scored some brilliant tries this season in 4 of their victories. They crash it upfield. Porter getting involved, Isaiah Porter. To the right they work it. Looking to free up a little bit of space. Nice support runnings. Bond is there. Quick possession again for the Lancers. Skipping around the fringes, some great fending. Beating 2 or 3 players with a beautiful offload. They sit up to the racers on the far side. Jackson is there. Fighting to keep alive. Isaiah Porter. What a brilliant run. You can see why this team wanted to tap and go. Now it is Jackson. Kai Tuason arrives as well, the big number 1. Captain going against the grain, getting the offload. This is looking dangerous here for the Lancers. They've got a score and they're over the ball. Isaiah Porter getting it down. Brilliant strike from St. Francis. And the side from Northern California strike first.
Fantastic first try for the Lancers, and it's a clear indication of how they want to play. They want to play with ball in hand, they want to get the offloading game involved, and they did brilliantly down that far side. And then it's just about ball retention, getting it into the space. You can see Torrey Pines, they're very bunched, they're on the back foot. You could probably throw a blanket over them where all their defenders are. It was just about keeping it alive. Porter, the final man on the end of it, but it was a brilliant team try. And guess who was involved in all of that? It was, of course, the brothers. Kaionai, Aina, the brothers, keep an eye on them. They were very much part of it.
The extra 2 unsuccessful goes to the side from Wate Pifaletti, but Kaionai Aina causing all sorts of havoc in midfield. The captain. See why they keep ball in hand. I was curious about that decision, but they're full of running. So many exciting offloads in that build-up as well. But the Falcons will be up against it today. You can see why these 2 great sides meet in the finals. A lot of points on offer in the last occasion. Over 50 scored last year. Falcons. Drop kick downfield, down the middle it goes. Well, a big shot comes in there. That was Liam Feko, puts his body on the line, but they concede another penalty, so look out here. Bond goes to the mark and with a quick tap. Finds support around the fringes, down to the ground. Jackson getting heavily involved. Good hands. Big tackle stops the forward momentum, but they still play on to St. Francis now. Out wide, so many threats that can cut loose. Alatini gets the ball away superbly. The no-look pass over the top, they called back though.
Once again, it's the precision, though, in the offloading. Yes, that one didn't quite go to hand. It just went forward, so the referee pulls it back, and it'll be the scrum for the Falcons. But the danger of when they get into space, they get their arms free for these offloads coming in. Look at this wonderful bit of play, just to move inside, outside, and try and get the ball away. Even there, brought back by the referee, but the offloading game, you think for Torrey Pines, they're gonna have to try and come in as 2-man shots. If one person goes low and there's another tackler around that breakdown, you've got to also try and stop that offload. Otherwise, the Lancers are gonna just enjoy getting over the gain line, getting their arms free, getting that offloading game going.
First scrum of the game, hits the deck up front. Kai Tuason, Sionik Tonga and Judah Reed for the Lancers. Eddie Lavis, Nick Taitch and Bryson Waterhouse up front for Torrey Pines. Torrey Pines, a side that pride themselves on strong set-piece execution. Been very disciplined on the defensive side as well this year. A couple other keys, their patient phase building and, of course, kicking when needed as well. Here we go. Big, powerful scrum coming in from the Lancers, though. Torrey Pines able to keep it. Takes it to the line, does the captain and inside centre. Now short ball again. Referee Liu almost gets in the way. And that's Farkash again. Brilliant work. A 20-metre surge for the Falcons. Now has them on the front foot. Beautiful behind the back ball. Finds a bit of space here for Curtis. Reese Curtis. Ball ripped out of his hands though. There's a beautiful build-up in that phase, but then some fantastic work here from the Lancers.
Great little rip at the end there on Curtis. Curtis probably be disappointed. He did so well to stay on his feet. But what a lovely bit of play, built from the set piece, which was under pressure, Dallin, from that scrum. Then coming back on the reverse. And the way that they came back on this reverse play then opened up the space down this near-hand side. Curtis staying strong right near the end. And in the end, it was one of the brothers, the Keonai Aina brothers, Vita, just gets that ball ripped.
Brilliant work from the winger. Now they will put it to the boot, and chasing are St. Francis. Torrey Pines looking for the counter. The ball rolls into touch though, so it's a brilliant touch finder from well inside his 22.
Territory definitely going to be an important part of this game, and interesting how we've just seen more or less the first kick from the Lancers, and it's been 10 minutes into the game. They will play ball in hand, but at the same time they've got some big boys. Got to conserve the energy. Correct call there to go for the kick, and a really good territory finder for St. Francis.
Nick Tage, good set piece off the top. In midfield, here's the other Tage, the captain, busting free. Andrew Tage, superb work. Look at him go well into the 22. Support arrives now. What a standout player he's been all season around the fringes. Alex Brightson. Forwards now arriving. Waterhouse. He takes it against the traffic. Fecco is in there as well. Unbelievable passage of play there from inside centre, Andrew Tage. Now goes to the left. Heavily involved again is Tage. Garcia. Ball splits out as Garcia hits the contact, but there was no advantage from earlier. And now a penalty for Torrey Pines, about 10 metres out.
What a great set-piece move from Torrey Pines. Matty Sanderville, the head coach, will be delighted to see something no doubt worked in training come off so well. Busting through the midfield was Tate. Scrambling defence from the Lancers, but because they were scrambling so hard, that's when you end up giving away penalties. This is a chance for the Falcons. They look like a really well-coached team. As we have a look here, we'll make sure we get back to the action as soon as possible, but look at this little ball out the back, opening up the decoy for then Tate to run through.
Torrey Pines now attacking 5 out. It's Salanat Moore as they get the drive going with a forward pack. The Falcons, ball at the back, inching towards that try line. Looks like they've fallen just short. Bodies piling in everywhere. Possession around the fringes. They try to go to the blind side, but stop there brilliantly from the Lancers. Down 5-3, the Falcons need a score to go ahead, reaching for the line. Again, just short. Inches in the state championship final. Again, the forwards pick and peel. Another pod goes to work. It's Bryson Waterhouse. To the left, Garcia. Just cut down. Penalty. So 5 metres out. Danger time here.
Referee saying high tackle. I did think at one point there might have been an interesting decision now for what Torrey Pines do. It looks like it's going to be in the hands of Garcia. They're setting up to go.
Quick tap. They go to the left. Forwards again rumbling for the line. Getting very close. Farkash. Bundled within a metre of the try line. Ewan Hope Bell picks and dives over the top. He's over. The Falcons are on the board. The side from Torrey Pines strike in this final. And it's the big heavies that get it done.
Getting it done up front. Patience from the Falcons. And Hope Bell goes over. Gotta say, the Lancers were belting them back as best as possible, but this is just a little bit of a there it is. It's a little bit of a disguised dive, I was gonna say. Looked to shift, but then went back towards the breakdown, almost diving over the top maybe of a defender who was on the floor. That's where the space was, and Hope Bell gets the first try for the Falcons. A deserved bit of work after that fantastic breakaway from the line out. And now an extra 2 points on offer for Reese Curtis.
Falcons fans will be enjoying that as they have a lead back after leading 3-0 off the boot of Reese Curtis. Now their first try in the final. Hope Bell adds his name to the record books. We approach 15 minutes in the first half. Curtis searches for the extra 2. Flags stay down. It's 8-5. The Falcons lead the Lancers here in the final.
Just going wide for Curtis, but can't stress enough how good that was from the Falcons. Proper rugby, the way how they just got through the midfield from the line out. Great work, great coaching, you can say there. Even just the slight movement on the tap penalty, clearly see that this side is organised. Matty Sanderville has got Torrey Pines in this position from great coaching, great work, just to stay patient near the line. Hope Bell dives over.
Kickoff from the Lancers goes deep here to Torrey Pines. Curtis with a boot. 2 wonderful fly-offs on display with 2 massive kicking abilities. This one drives back the Lancers now, looking to attack. This is where they are so dangerous as well. No step needed on that occasion, just straightforward bulldozing play. And they will get a penalty as well, and they've tapped the last couple. Let's see what Bond does here. Yep, he continues that sort of form, keeping ball in hand. Attacking up the middle. Brilliant stuff as they get to the halfway line. Porter's the lone try scorer so far. Hanging on the right of the fringes there is Jackson. So the backs will go to work. There's Porter. Support coming in there from Judah Reed. Bond looking for his fly off, changing direction. Pifaletti goes to the right-hand side. Kai Tuason, he gets missed on that occasion. Throw the dummy on that far side as well. Dion Jackson is getting ready to crash. Waiting for the dangerous backs to exploit some space. Another little standing start. So 1 off runners so far. Falcons doing well on the defensive side of things, but can the Lancers, they throw a nice dummy. And they keep it alive. Here we go. Alatini gets tackled high. Wants to go quickly. There's Naya Alatini again. Look at him through the gap. What a brilliant fullback, still going. I don't believe it. Alatini's outrageous. What a score that is in the final. The Lancers take back the lead in style.
What a try from the big number 15, Alatini. It's almost like he was playing sevens. Well, the sevens is happening over in New Jersey at the moment, buddy. You're here playing 15s. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Great work just to move the ball away. Excellent there from the Lancers. And it's almost like Alatini knew he had a penalty. He ran straight to the mark, tap and go. Torrey Pines on the back foot. Eddie Lavis can't get even onside before trying to attempt to tackle. Excellent work by the fullback. And the Lancers showing why they are a tap and go team. They backed themselves and they got themselves a second try.
Stunning work in this state championship. This kick from nearly in front. Lafwate, Pifaletti. Able to convert. It's 12-8. And the attacking Lancers have their second score. Outrageous skills from Alatini. He's so eager to get hands on possession. And you can see why, Will. What a play and what a season he's had.
You're absolutely right there about his eagerness. He was eager when the first kick came back a couple of passages before. He was straight on the counter-attack. He didn't want to mess around. He put on the burners, and he is there to try and get gain line, even from the backfield. There he had some space on the width, but it was his eagerness to get going. He knew the penalty was there, tap and go, and he was away.
The Lancers receive this. The side looking to defend their title from last year. such a new program as well. Mark Scharenberg, their head coach, has done wonders with this program in the 4 years so far, but that one stays now to the Falcons side, picked up there by Garcia. A low one to handle, but well picked up from Liam Fecko. Great skills from the big number 5, but now it's pinched from the other side. Nope, the whistle has gone from Tim Liu.
And if you're Mark Scharenberg, that might be one of the things that you're noting down in your notebook to say at half-time. Penalties have been costly for them so far. Not only the fact that, yes, 3 points was on offer early in the game to Reece Curtis from a penalty, but even when the Falcons did score their try, a little bit of ill discipline around the line just gave them, the Falcons, that penalty that builds the pressure. And now it's a bit of extra pressure for the Lancers to have to deal with through that ill discipline they showed there. Cut that out, and it will prevent the Falcons getting some easy territory and some easy pressure. Big moment now for Torrey Pines. Can they make use of this lineup?
The throw from Tate, knocked back, bounce picked up here by the Lancers superbly. Is that look to go in the attack? What a pick up and carry that is. Jackson with early possession there. Now move down the back line here for the Lancers in a bit of space. Beautiful breakout. Here we go yet again. Flying through the Lancers. What a tackle needed. And the offload is there. Oh, it's another unbelievable score. They go coast to coast, the St. Francis. The Lancers show you why they won last year.
Dallin, I am just clapping here on my side of things. That is rugby at its utter finest. The breakaway, the counter-attack, the offload, also the covering tackle was incredible. Disappointed though for Torrey Pines. They have that opportunity from the line out. It just goes begging. Look at the way the Lancers just go. They have the turnover, they get the ball to space, and they work on the outside. And it's one of the brothers, Keon Aina. That was Motu who got away there. Oh, sorry, no, that's Pifoletti, my bad. The number 10. Wonderful offload. Brecken German with the cover tackle of the season, but it wasn't to be. Still, the Lancers get over for the try. What a passage of play.
Unbelievable. Gliding through the gaps. Wasn't even their line out at the 22. It goes the other way. 17 points to 8. The extra 2 on offer from the man that started the breakout. Unsuccessful. No, it is 19-8. Brilliant. Pifoletti just gliding through the number 10, setting up that unbelievable score. Just over 20 minutes gone. And what a fascinating battle we have. Two contrasting sides, Will.
Yeah, spot on. And that's why I was confused with Pifoletti being on that wide channel, but it did come from that defensive line out. So that's maybe why he was in the backfield, or certainly not involved right near the set piece. But he just opened up on that far side. What a run, what an offload. And a score by the Lancers.
Now taking possession back here. Torrey Pines, the Falcons. They'll get a scrum after attacking that kickoff there. They trail 19-8 so far. And we mentioned this tough competition they've had in their SoCal Premier League season. So many great sides here. They're undefeated, so interesting enough, Will, to be behind by this score in the final. Now it comes down to the psychology of the players as well.
Absolutely. When they've had the ball in hand and they've built passages of play, Falcons have looked dangerous. At the moment, it's the counter-attack, it's the transition that is just letting them down. If they can just work around that, sharpen up a little bit, it will prevent the Lancers getting their opportunities. But you've got to credit St. Francis. They have struck every single time they've been in that transition, that counter-attack. They've come away and just gone up the field like a rocket.
Penalty at scrum time. So collapsing, pulling down from the Lancers. This will bring up Reece Curtis to hammer this one downfield for an attacking line-out. And this is the area they can't be tapping. Need a clean take at line-out time. It led to the last score for the Lancers. So here we go. Nick Tate to throw. That's a beautiful take. Driving more collapses, but they pick it around the far side. Torrey Pines getting very close yet again, within a couple of meters. They need to score the next try if they can. One on the board so far for them. Ball to the ground. Fecko. Again, very close. Another pick and drive. And the forwards are over. Try awarded. Torrey Pines back on the board. And again, it's their forwards that do the damage this time.
And I was saying how clinical the Lancers were on the transition, the counter-attack. How good has Matty Sanderville's Falcons been close to the line? The picking and go game has been so efficient. Staying together, no one's going on their own, which is vital when you get near the line. Yes, the desperation there was maybe a little bit on his own. Hope Bell gets lucky to get the ball back, but in the end, it's just togetherness and it's patience to get over the line. Good work there from Torrey Pines. If you're the Lancers, you're thinking to yourself, once again, ill discipline was the cause of allowing the Falcons to get into the 22 from the penalty, and then in the end, it results in a try. Falcons back on the board. They needed that try, though, as the Lancers looked that they were having some momentum.
Reese Curtis, an important kick to add extra 2 points. Beautiful strike from the fluff, and now it's 19-15. 4 points in this game. 25 minutes gone here in Moraga, California.
Good reaction for the Falcons in this one, and Darren, you've said it, we have this contrasting style of play. The Lancers, the playing fast, the counter-attack, the offloading really suits them. For the Falcons, they like being a bit more in structure, allowing Reese Curtis to pull the trigger at number 10. It's a quality game of high school rugby. Absolutely loving this, and we have still got 10 minutes to go in this first half.
Falcons receive. Looking to set play upfield. Fecko with a nice strong carry. Deep ball here for Curtis to hoof it downfield. Now, danger times. Here come the Lancers. We know they love counter-attacking. This time they decide to put the kick over the top, though, to drive back Torrey Pines. How does that kick sit?
Tap it.
Curtis will pick this one up and dot it down.
Don't mind that necessarily from the Lancers. It's one of those things whereby if there's no real opportunity to find a small hole, put it back on the Falcons. Don't need to invite pressure inside your own half. You don't need to. But what impresses me, Dallin, so much about this St. Francis program is such a young 4 years of the work. Credit to Coach Mark Scharenberg. I mean, it's phenomenal what he's done. It's incredible. Going for this back-to-back title, and I'm loving the way that they're playing as well. It's a real joy to watch.
Yeah, they had some big wins as well this season. Taking out De La Salle Jesuit and Rio Americano, and you mentioned, you know, this young program. They had several standouts from last year that graduated as well, so it's really amazing to see the level of depth coming through and still here. They lead 19-15. Now they have attacking line out at the halfway. We know they can go from anyway. Sione Tonga to throw. Haven't had many lineouts to work with. This time they go to the front. Secure possession for St. Francis. Bond moves it to the right, gets his forwards and some carries. Ball's been ripped on the other side though. Brilliant skills from Tate. Scrambling upfield for Torrey Pines. Quick turn of possession, little dummy thrown there from scrum off Alex Brightson, doing well. Garcia with a pick and drive. Beats the first one. Gabriel Garcia's got to stay in the field of play. They're trying to rip him out. It's there for the Falcons. Curtis moves it to the left. That one's been lost. It was a good tackle coming in, just ripping the arm free and getting possession back for the Lancers.
We've got a really physical game on our hands this afternoon. No surprises when it is a state championship. It's desperation. Nick Tate, what a rip. Just when you're thinking the Lancers probably a physically bigger side, but the tenacity in the defensive tackle and the rip. That's what I talked about before. For the Falcons to really defend this Lancers team, yes, you've got to tackle low, but also you've got to prevent the offload from up top. Getting that rip away in the upper body was brilliant from Nick Tate.
Now the back line crashing in midfield. Keona brothers looking for support. The ball over the top, almost intercepted there. Spilt free, ferocious battle for possession. It sits the way for Torrey Pines. Garcia is in there again. He's done brilliantly to get the ball back. Fecco again, drives his legs, drops a couple to the ground, into the 22. Falcons looking to score next in this game. The cross kick here from Reese Curtis. It's gone a bit too deep, but still putting the Lancers under pressure. They're now behind their own try line, so they put this one to the boot. A counterattack needed here from Curtis. And the side from Southern California, a big step, wrapped up by a couple of defenders. Nick Tate is there to help out as the captain. Brightson moves it to the left. There was a bit of space there for Fecco to work, but just looked up to see what was coming and dropped it.
All right, just the mistake there. It was on. Looking at the Lancers players, they're blowing a little bit, and that's where the Falcons have got to try and come alive, find that extra bit of energy. I want to talk about, though, that cross kick from Reese Curtis. I understand the idea, but he had to have the communication with his right winger, Sorensen, and I think he almost looked up there when that passage of play just finished. I could see Curtis just look at his opposite man, look at his winger and be like, where were you? If you're going to put a cross kick in like that, the winger has to be up flat, has to chase to even give you a chance of winning the ball back.
Yeah, great point indeed. Half an hour played in this 2026 California State Championship. The little kick through doesn't work out. Curtis has it. Looked like a bit of a forward pass he's thrown there. We play on here for the Falcons, trailing 19-15 in the first half. Brightson moves it to the right. Big step. Farkash beats a couple. Still going. Shea Farkash secures possession. That's good work there from the halfback. There's Tate on the outside, looking dangerous again. Carrying players on his back is Andrew Tate, the skipper, leading by example. And now expect the forwards around the fringes. This is where they come alive. The likes of Waterhouse and Tate pick and drive. Garcia goes for the line. He's there. What a try that is from the forward. Gabriel Garcia. No one's worked harder this season than the flanker.
What a try. And what a moment for Gabriel Garcia. Such a strong ball carrier, and he wrestles his way out of there to get over the line. And Falcons showing their patience once more. Excellent bit of handling there from the scrum half, from Bryson to Curtis. And the fight in Andrew Tate to stay alive. It just enables just to hold the ball up a little bit longer so the support can get there. And then watch Garcia. Just shrugs off two. Those are two big men he's managed to shrug off as well. Excellent strength from the blindside flanker of Torrey Pines.
And just like that, after trailing 19 points to 8, the Falcons have come back and lead 2019. Their third try. Gabriel Garcia has been such an impressive player all season long. Doesn't always get the rewards for scoring, but this time in the final, he nails it down. Fly off Reese Curtis from the side. Both kickers have had plenty of practice in this game, as we're a few minutes away from halftime. Curtis, such a beautiful striker of the ball, sails over 22-19, and the Falcons find themselves in front by 3.
What a lovely strike there from Curtis, and no doubt that will enable him to grow his confidence here in this game. And I think for the Falcons as well, they've certainly just grown a little bit of confidence overall in this first half. The Lancers showed some magnificent brilliance to score their tries, but the Falcons enabling to build pressure, get themselves inside the territory of the Lancers, and then stay patient. That is ultimately what it's been. They've been accurate, they've been patient, and that is why they hold the lead just before the halftime break.
Watepi Faletti goes down the middle with the kickoff. Chasing up there, trying to get possession back here for St. Francis just before the halftime whistle. They almost had it, but conceded a penalty at the breakdown, and then throwing possession away. Referee's going to march an extra 10 meters, will Tim Liu.
That is going to be a little bit of a coach killer and something that Mark Scharenberg will have to discuss. The penalty count, I don't have the full stats in front of me, but the penalty count for the Lancers has far exceeded that of the Falcons, and just those are the kind of stats when you look at the end of a big final, big championship game, will make a difference. Just have a look at this. Good kickoff by Pifoletti, giving it a lot of airtime, putting Torrey Pines under pressure. But then from that, the penalty coming up this breakdown, hands in the ruck, it looked like, and that's why the Torrey Pines have now got the ball.
Curtis finds Farkash now. The Falcons to the halfway line. Tate is there as well, driving inside centre, looking for work. Garcia, last person to score in this game. He takes it upfield. 3 tries for the Lancers as well. Porter, Alatini and Scala over the board. Territory game here from Curtis. Drops one over the top. This one rolls towards the touchline. It's a superb kick from the fly half world.
It's stunning. It is absolutely brilliant. I love seeing game management like that, with just confirming whether it was a 50-22 or not. Referee says it was not. No, the kick had to happen outside of the half to come in, which we do see, but sorry, because it being the pass inside the half of the Lancers, meaning that the 50-22 was not given. That's why we have a liner. Even I had to just check myself there, Dallin, on that one.
That's right. Well, it's good we got you here on the call, of course. Now looking to attack from their own try line. Absolutely love this from the championship side from last year. They're looking to go wide. Beautiful step. Support needs to arrive now for the Lancers. Alatini, who scored 1 magical try so far in this game. The counter right there comes from Tate, taking players off possession. Now wide ball thrown there from Pifoletti. Still there to arrive. St. Francis decide to go the other way. The space opens up. Here we go yet again. Breaking, tackles left, right and centre. Alatini with a flat ball. Off to the races, brilliant skills. Oh, that is an unbelievable try. Vite Kayana Aina striking, the teenager scores. Another fabulous try in this final.
Take a bow. That is some of the best rugby you will see, not just at the high school level, but here in the US. Just the ability to back yourself from inside your own 22. Torrey Pines, the connections, they just lose it in the defense, and away they go. The way that this team can transition and attack from anywhere. And guess what? The Kayona Aina brothers come together. It's Vita who goes over. That one, get it in the highlight reel. Sensational stuff.
What a game we are witnessing here. 24-22. The halftime whistle will sound after this attempted conversion. Vita Kayana Aina has struck a deadly blow so far. The flag goes up. It is 26-22. Halftime here at the 2026 California State Championship. We have been treated to an unbelievable display of skill. Will, what a first half.
What a first half we have had going on. The momentum swinging in that opening 35 minutes. A credit to both sides. You can tell why these two teams have made it yet again to another state championship. The Lancers have the ability to attack from anywhere. Their offloading game, their skill level is incredible. The Falcons, their structure, their patience, and their ability to build the territory, given to them, though, a little bit by the Lancers' ill discipline. Falcons have really got themselves back into this game. Lancers, though, strike at the death of halftime, Dallin. I cannot wait for the second half. This one is an absolute beauty of a state championship final.
All right, time for us to hit a little break. We'll be back with halftime highlights here from Moraga, California. It is the Lancers that lead. The side St. Francis against Torrey Pines 26-22. We'll be back in just a few moments with this brilliant game that we're witnessing so far, because today we will crown a champion.
This is rugby, the ultimate team sport. Speed, skill, respect. Every player has a role. Every play matters. Whether you're new or experienced, there's a team waiting for you. From San Diego to Santa Barbara, boys, girls, all ages. Join the fastest growing youth sport in SoCal. Find your local club and get on the pitch this season. SoCal Youth Rugby.
At St. Mary's, we inspire minds, engage hearts, and transform lives. With small class sizes and professors who know you by name, we inspire our students to thrive. We engage and build connections, knowledge, and skills. Explore boundless opportunities and one-of-a-kind study programs that launch careers. Transform, discover, and make a lasting impact. We are Gales.
So where are we going to build a talent factory for rugby development for those that aspire to do it? It's going to be here in Southern California. Jason Huntley, I'm the founder and head of performance here at Proteus Athlete. Proteus was built here in this particular location to be a permanent home base for high performance development, particularly in the sport of rugby. So we embarked on this back in 2020 during COVID. The vision was launched. A young, hungry rugby player that wants to be the best, wants to pursue the highest levels in this country, has the coaching staff, the facility, and a program that's year-round, full-time.
Dennis Rodman, baby!
It wouldn't be possible without Charlie Purdon, our head director of rugby, arguably the best skill developer of any player in this country. One-on-ones, group, team training all year round, and it's really blossomed, and we're starting to see the fruits of that vision that we planted back in 2020. Our 8-week summer program has sort of become our flagship for the year-round academy. It's a dedicated time for us not only to train and upskill, but to get a lot stronger, to get bigger in the gym. One of the hallmarks of the summer program is going into the classroom on Fridays and diving into a book that is really geared towards shaping our character, our habits, our mindset. It's not about me performing to me, it's about me serving other people. And that's the beauty of team culture. When you have a team that can bring that mentality together, I'm truly just going to invest myself in the success of everybody else around me, then you win. So it doesn't matter what team setting you go back into. You could be the best guy on the team, you could be the captain, but the more of a selfless mentality you have, I think the better you're going to perform. Sharpening their vision, for a lot of athletes, it's enlarging their vision, getting them to see what truly is possible when they engage at this level. You guys are the generation that's proving that this is what produces this. You're all capable. Think about the amount of developmental time that you guys have put in relative to the guy who leaves for football for 6 months, the guy who only plays 8 games a year because it snows in Utah or it snows in Chicago. It's going to take a lot of time and hours, and Charlie says relentless consistency. That is what it is. It's just punching the clock day in and day out. And if it's going to happen anywhere in this country, it's going to happen right here.
Welcome back to St. Mary's College of California. Here at St. Francis, leading 26-22 against Torrey Pines in the High School California State Final. We have seen 7 brilliant tries today so far in the first half. Let's take a look at some of those highlights. And well, they have been fantastic to watch both sides.
There have been, look, it was the Torrey Pines Falcons who got us underway. 3 points for Reese Curtis. And they settled into the game, probably the better out of the two teams. But then we saw the Lancers come alive, and we saw why this team is so special. Their ability to offload. They got some big physical men, and they've shown it, particularly on the transition. Their ability just to keep the ball alive, and it was the first score by Porter that got them on the board. But it's been a game of kind of a bit of back and forward. It's changes of momentums. Falcons certainly have built it in that midway point of the first half. Patience around the goal line. Excellent there from Hope Bell to dive over And we've seen that being a real strength of the Falcons, maybe given territory-wise by the ill discipline of the Lancers. But this is another fantastic example of just transition, quick thinking from Alatini to just tap and go. He's been excellent from the back, running it back, staying alive. And it was the Lancers' second try of the first half, which regained them the lead. But as mentioned, the Falcons did try and get on to attack themselves inside the 22, but the Lancers, again, coming away from the transition, the counter-attack being so good. What an offload there from Pipoletti. And you thought for a moment, you thought that maybe is this St. Francis going to try and pull away? It was almost a really damaging blow morale-wise, but credit to Torrey Pines. They stuck at it, they stayed patient, and eventually they get themselves over the line. They've been in some great areas of the field, and when they have been efficient, when they haven't given the ball away, they are the ones who have ended up scoring, not giving the Lancers a chance to get that counter-attack and score. Falcons then looked like that they were the ones going in at half-time with the lead. Garcia goes over, but guess what? The Lancers, they will score anywhere, Dallin. This might be one of the best passages of play I've seen all year so far. I know it's only March, but this might be up there for one of the tries of the year. Wonderful play, wonderful finish. The Keon Aina brothers coming good, and Vita gets over, takes the lead for the Lancers heading into halftime.
Unbelievable to watch. 7 tries on display, 4 from the side in front from NorCal, St. Francis to Lancers. And some brilliant work, you man. They put it together so superbly. A side that doesn't mind throwing the ball around from anywhere on the field. We've seen twice, Will, them attacking from behind their own goal line, where Torrey Pines, we know, play more structured. They prefer attacking from lineouts and set piece. 2 contrasting styles and 4 points in it. Oh, can't wait to see how the second half unfolds, my friend.
I can't as well, buddy. It's going to be awesome. What I'm going to try and keep an eye out for is the fitness levels. It's becoming a warm day here in North California. And when you think of St. Francis, they got some big bodies on the field and they like to run the ball, which is great. But as you and I both know, that does take your energy levels. And in terms of energy levels for Torrey Pines, they got to try and make sure that they play in the right areas. They have some great structure, and that might come good for them towards the end of this game. They can still keep in it. As for St. Francis, they've just got to still continue to strike from counter. Be the ones to be quick thinking and have that energy as best as possible for this last 35 minutes. Can they go back to back for Torrey Pines? If they want redemption, stay focused, stay disciplined, go all the way to the end, and can you have a bigger engine than St. Francis?
Well said, Will Hooley. You sleek sensation. Also, we need to show our support for our community partners, NorCal. NorCal's rugby mission is to prepare youth to be positive and productive members of society, utilizing rugby as a vehicle to learn life lessons, foster personal development, and build character. And then SoCal Youth Rugby provides 4 seasons of rugby for ages 4 through 18 across 10 counties in Southern California. Community, competition, and culture are the SoCal pillars to creating the nation's hotbed for clubs, coaches, and players. And of course, don't forget to show support for live streams like this one. Free to watch on YouTube. Show support by dropping a super chat during the broadcast or hitting the join button and joining TVX Sports Video membership program. Every donation goes towards supporting live, local, and emerging sports. Our main partners, of course, we have new ones as well. World Rugby Shop, No Cap, Proteus Athlete, and of course, the Legion Community Foundation as well, lending their support to this brilliant high school game. All right, rugby fans, we're tuning in here for the second half. A championship is on the line. The high school state California championship it is. The Lancers on the left of your screen lead 26-22 against the Falcons from Torrey Pines. Quick word there with referee Tim Liu, one of the finest in the business, still going. Without the officials, we would not be here, so big thanks to them as well. Rugby Riot, and of course, USA Youth and High School Rugby. Brilliant partners in this game. 35 minutes to go. Put you in the hot seat here, Will Hooley. How will this one end?
As I mentioned, it is, I think, going to be about energy levels. The Lancers' way of playing is so exciting, but it's also exhausting. And I do think for the Falcons, if they can stay in it, if they can just keep those defensive tackles going, don't let their big men get over the gain line easy and try and get that easy offload away. As soon as they get one offload away, Dallin, for the Lancers, I feel like it's almost game over. They just go bang, 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 and they're in. Falcons, if they can just be good in that area, don't allow those offloads to get away, then have structure in their attack and the way that they play territory, that could be the difference. I don't know in this one. It's still 50-50 in my eyes.
There we go. You heard it first from our expert. Here is the second half underplay right now. And it's the hooker Tate that hits the ground here for Torrey Pines. Exit ball for Reese Curtis. Goes to the right-hand side of the field. Drops down a bit of sun there in the face of their fly half. And now a little pick up from Motu Keona Aina. Little breakout as well. Jumping through plays is Action Jackson to the rescue. And it's Dion Jackson, the number 8. Jake Bond moving to the left-hand side. Loose pass, though. Sits up here for Nick Tate on the other side for Torrey Pines, just when he thought the Lancers were looking to add to their lead. At scrum off is fly off Reese Curtis with a big kick downfield, playing the territory game. Alatini's back there. Naya Alatini, so dangerous, spots some space. Alatini's knifing through. This teenager is terrific to watch. One to beat. Rounds the fullback. Throws Skylar on the outside, looking for his second try. He's there. Again, they're on the board. That is unbelievable skills. Jason Skylar gets a score, but Naya Alatini is the creator.
He's the creator, and he is a human highlight reel. The guy is just electric. There was no way I thought he was going to just take it from the backfield and go from coast to coast. The kicking option was fine from Reese Curtis. The way that Alatini works back and then just takes off, he sees that little bit of a gap, and he sees, in the end, exploiting the fact that he sees, I think Garcia, the flanker in front of him, who looked a little bit tired, comes alive, and away he goes. The offload in the end to Skylar, but that is all Alatini. He saw what was in front of him, a forward. He thought, I'm taking him on, doesn't matter where I am on the pitch. What a score. Naya Alatini. I'm getting excited just about that name in this game. He's been electric.
One to watch. He feeds Skylar for his second try. 31-22 the score now here as we begin the second half. This kick just to the left-hand side. So a 9-point buffer stretched here from the St. Francis Lancers. You can see why this side was so dangerous last year, scoring tries from absolutely anywhere. They won on that occasion 33-24, and right now they lead by a similar score.
For the Falcons, that would just be something that underneath the post, just collect your thoughts, collect your breath, because just not the start you would want. They actually did well. The Lancers made the mistake. They then got on the ball, the Falcons. As I say, Reese Curtis saw some space, didn't mind the kick. But just that connection in defense, maybe just switched off a little bit at the beginning of the second half, sorry. That is where Alatini just sliced through like a hot knife through butter. The fullback for the Lancers making use and therefore setting up a brilliant try.
Do get possession back here, do the Falcons, contesting that kickoff from Reese Curtis. And this will give them something to attack from. We've seen how effective their line-out can be, and now it's scrum time. They had a brilliant move in the first half with Andrew Tate cutting loose the inside centre, and of course captain. 2 vice-captains on display today, Shea Farkash and Alex Brightson, who has his hands on possession right now. They're driven back, but the ball comes up very quickly. Flat ball. Curtis finds his outside centre, Ezra Hyde. Haven't had a chance to mention the outside backs too many times so far in this game. That's fullback Finn Johnson now. Dummy there. Around the fringes. Brightson, but we'll come back to the penalty.
Again, it's just another penalty, Dallin, just adding up for the Lancers. As I mentioned, if they are going to be successful in this game, I've got no doubt of their attacking ability. But it's just the penalties that add up, that enable Reese Curtis just to move the Falcons team up the field, building that pressure. And as for the Lancers, they're inviting pressure onto them.
Matty Sandoval, the head coach, looks on. His side had a perfect record coming to this 10-0. Tremendous season in SoCal Premier League. Now, set piece again, that is pull down. Should be a penalty and is from Tim Lu at line-out time. So they're able to get even closer with this kick from Fly Reese Curtis. Five out now. Nick Tesh to throw. Important time to strike here for Torrey Pines. Ball at the back for the hooker. Peeled around from Farkash, looking to get his way through the number 8. He stopped a few meters shy again. Forwards pick and drive on the line. That's brilliant bit of work. Hope Bell getting almost on the line. Still not quite there. Big collisions coming in. Garcia trying to rip his body free. Lancers trying to pinch this one. It's still there for the Falcons. Now to the right. Fecko. Not over yet. Again, the forwards just a couple of inches shy. The goal line beckons here for the Falcons. They look to go wide this time. Beautiful pass over the top. They should score here. The fullback cutting back in. Finn Johnson gets it done. And the Falcons are back on the board. That's what it means to these young sensations. They are within striking distance.
Great score by the Falcons. Great patience. Yet again, close to the line. The big men doing the hard yards, tying in the defenders, and then bang. The trigger goes. It's out the back to Curtis, and he puts a lovely ball over the top to Johnson, who steps inside and scores. Wonderful play there from Torrey Pines. But again, Dallin, for me, the Lancers have just invited that pressure onto them. The penalties, the ill-discipline was frankly the only reason that Torrey Pines gained that territory advantage, gained their ability to be 5 meters out. And guess what? If you think of strike rate, when the Falcons have been inside the 22, they come away with points, another score, and they cut that lead down.
This what makes this high school match so thrilling to watch. Fly off Reese Curtis, who set up the try with a beautiful pass to Johnson. Strikes the extra 2. It's 31-29. 2 points in the state championship final. And you mentioned the Lancers just stopping that line-out drive illegally. And that's what led to the build-up to that try. We are in for a thrilling second half finish here between these two great sides. We're far from done in this high-scoring affair.
High scoring indeed. As again, I'm just keeping an eye on the body language. It's still only early in the second half, but the sun is beating down. The energy levels will be key. Maybe those substitutions as the game goes on, Dallin, will be really important by the coaches as to what makes the difference later on in the second half.
You're so right, Mark Scharenberg, the head coach for St. Francis. The Lancers will be looking at his bench as well to make an impact, as will Matty Sandoval for Torrey Pines. Nearly 10 minutes gone here in the second half. A kick down the middle for the Falcons to receive. Straight away they put it to the boot from Curtis, playing the territory towards the halfway line, but look out, a counter is following. Beautiful step off the left. Pete Folletti was the one to receive that one. Now the forwards, a little bit of loose ball. They go over the top from Jake Bond. And now the forwards with possession. Try scorers in there as well is Porter. Such a dangerous back line. Slower ball to work with, though, for the Lancers, who are up by those couple points. Bobbling ball, they keep it alive. Jackson, again, looking for support over the top. That's great skills. They look to come off the winger. Throwing it back in the field of play. And Motu Keona Aina was involved in that build-up as well. Here's Jackson now. To the left they work. Big step in midfield. Sione Tonga drives upfield for the Lancers. Now it's been pinched. Garcia's there for Torrey Pines. It's just loose ball for the Lancers, has given possession away. Tate, the inside centre, rips it upfield for the side from SoCal. Now they find themselves back on the front foot. Can they score? Back-to-back tries. Here's Garcia yet again. Gabriel Garcia wasn't held, able to bounce back up. He takes on some more would-be tacklers. Now the rest rise. Fecker with a good ball. Curtis gets it away. Big chopping tackle comes in on Ezra Hyde. Ball is there. It's playable. And a penalty now to the Lancers. They look to quick tap. Here's Jacob Leandro on the field. Not on the mark. So again, another quick tap. The defense is now ready, but looking to rumble upfield. Oh, big collision coming in there. Mota Keona Aina takes the traffic down with him. And another penalty coming their way. So a quick tap. Yep, we saw that coming as well. Looks for support on the right-hand side. Can the Lancers get back in open territory? Bond gets tackled to the ground. Some tired bodies out there. Energy sapping play in the state championship, rumbling towards the ground. That's Sean McCoy, dives over one. Ball's been pinched. And really just this battle at the breakdown seems to be going Torrey Pines' way. A couple times they've pinched and stopped momentum for the Lancers. Tate goes to the right-hand side. The Falcons, who still trail on the scoreboard. Not a lot of options, so they go back into the forward pack. And now to the left. Garcia leaves it behind, and he's tackled. They've lost territory, but they'll put it downfield. Will Reese Curtis, it's a big kick from the fly-off, drives back. St. Francis, they pick it up. The try scorer Scala has got 2 on the board so far. Look for the counter. Beautiful footwork and feet. Stunning play there from Wate Pifaletti. Not a lot of options on that left-hand side. Busting through the first tackle and still going strong. Unbelievable skills from Porter, busting free. Here we go. Halapua on the outside. Judah Halapua. He's been a live way all game. Oh, what a step. Also beating players. Here he goes for the line. What a time to score in the championship final. Try awarded. We're going to double check this. No, it is. The Lancers are on again. Laser vision from their finishers.
It is breathless. It's just insane. The Lancers, I thought, were just running up their own backside, if I'm honest. Honestly, the fight and the will to keep the ball alive and score from anywhere. It's sevens. It's your neck of the woods, Dallin. As a former USA 7-star yourself, it's incredible to keep the ball. And when you thought to yourself, the Lancers looked exhausted, Torrey Pines, last-ditch defense just wasn't enough. What a score from St. Francis. And the fact of the matter is keep an eye out, because you do not know where on the field a try-scoring opportunity might come for the Lancers. They are happy to go from their own try line. They're happy to go on the back foot, and every single one of their players is happy to offload. Beautiful to watch.
Remarkable skill. Nothing going on. Isaiah Porter knocking 3 to the ground and feeding Judah Halapua, who's been brilliant so far today. Here he goes, 80 to score. The conversion doesn't matter. They're up 36 points to 29. What are we witnessing? Unbelievable skills. I was tired just talking through that try. Imagine playing it.
I mean, honestly, yeah, you can just tell that the heat of the sun is going to be a factor as this second half goes on. Just thinking back, Torrey Pines didn't really do anything wrong. They were on the back foot. Reese Curtis found a good territory kick and gain. But they've just got to be aware, the Falcons, is you cannot switch off. It's almost like when they do kick to space, their defensive chasing line has to be so focused and switched on. And it was maybe a small bit of lapse of concentration, a little bit of lack of energy, and then bang, Lancers were away and they score.
Here they come yet again in midfield. Jackson again looking for the offload. The big number 8 for the Lancers, able to pick up and still go through. What a breakout this is. Oh, I can't believe it. Jackson finally brought to the ground. Dion Jackson, what a run that is. The number 8 has his side back on the front foot. Porter is there again. St. Francis looking to keep it alive to the left. Replacements on the field as well. To the left they work. Numbers to burn. That's a beautiful wide ball to Scala on the outside. He throws it back infield. Will score again. The Lancers are on the board. Unbelievable skills. Big match calls for big moments, and Lancers have had so many so far.
And Dallin, it came from one of their biggest men, Dion Jackson, from the kickoff. Again, they've just scored a 90-meter effort. They don't care. They're going to go again. Wonderful work from the big number 8 to bust through the midfield. That is what sets up this try. For the Falcons, they'll be slightly disappointed in their defense. They just allow, I think that's Alex Bryson, one of the smallest guys on the pitch, the scrum half, to have a one-on-one tackle. They need to be a little bit tighter. Maybe put a two-man shot in on Jackson. In the end, the big man just runs nearly all the way to the try line himself. And then this is what I love about the Lancers. They've shown individual brilliance and offloading brilliance, but then they're the ones that stay calm. The ball to the outside. This handling is top draw. And it could be the kind of play that ends up maybe even winning this state championship.
Truly amazing to watch. 41-29, 7 tries on the board for St. Francis. They are a team that is cruising at the moment. They've gone back-to-back with scores, and the Falcons need a response here. 50 minutes gone in this game. The crowd thoroughly entertained with 70 points scored so far in the state championship. And that's what you love to see. These big moments, of course, can be pressure moments. Sides retreat sometimes and don't play the open, expansive rugby that got them here. Well, these two sides are certainly saying no to that and swinging it around. The kick-off goes down towards the Lancers side. Again, they put it through the hands to that far side. Support arrives from their forwards. Alapua, who have been so good in the build-up as well. So as the young fly-half, Waina Pifaletti. Jackson, who had a brilliant breakout just moments ago. Now they're looking to keep it alive yet again. Little dummy throw in there from Jackson. Again, he finds himself in midfield popping up. To the left goes Alatini. The runners keep coming. This time in the frame of Isaiah Porter, but we're going to come back as an injury here to Dion Jackson, the number 8. When he went down, you could see him shout out. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, don't want to be losing him here in this state championship. Maybe gives a chance for everyone to catch their breath. Gives us a chance to catch our breath, Dallin. What a fantastic showcase of high school rugby we've seen. And just think for Torrey Pines, yes, it's a 12-point deficit they've got. They're still very much in this game. As I say, the energy levels are going to be so key as we build towards the last 20 minutes or so in this final. But what I just love is St. Francis are just enjoying themselves. I don't know what you think, Dallin, but they are just loving it. You don't play with that kind of flow and fluidity without just having a pure belief and enjoyment in your game. No doubt installed, I should say, by Mark Scharenberg, the head coach and referee. We take a look at just some of the absolute individual bits of world-class play. Alatini, Dallin, you talk me through this. He has just been phenomenal. You probably want to see him on the 7 circuit, don't you?
I absolutely do, because his ability to get possession, look up, scan, and then go and break through in a 15-a-side game is unmatched. And if he can do that in this game, imagine what he can do in the game of sevens. This is a look here at the Falcons coming back, and they were able to take it wide and find a little bit of space. Some really good footwork as well there from fullback Johnson. He says, listen, Alatini, whatever you can do, I can do, but at close range, of course, because Alatini, he likes the 80-meter tries.
He does. In fact, Lancers love the 80-minute tries. I mean, this was another one just so good to see. And for everyone watching at home, it's a credit to both teams. They've absolutely thrown everything at it. This is I think the last try that we had seen, it was from Dion Jackson. Brilliant just to keep the ball alive, know what he was doing. He wasn't held in the tackle, so he could get up and play. He's the man at the moment who's just nursing a bit of an injury. We're waiting to see whether he can get up and get off the field or get back into this game. But I'm honestly just in awe of these young guys playing with such confidence in their game. They just look like they're loving it. And both teams, but in particular the Lancers. Mark Scharenberg, I take my hat off to you. You have coached a team here that just want to play, and they are doing it. And they're 41 points good for doing it as well.
Yeah, unbelievable skill from so many different players. Often we see teammates carrying off Dion Jackson. Hope he's going to be okay. He's had a tremendous 50 minutes in the number 8 jersey. So he will be a loss for them. And then, of course, going to the bench will be Mark Scharenberg, looking for some super subs coming up and to finish off this game, of course. But we're a long way from that as well. The Falcons, they had a goal to coming up here to finish the job that slipped away last year. It was a close encounter again. The same two sides, 33-24. A first state championship for St. Francis in their young history of this program. They find themselves now with a strong lead and position here at scrum time. Outside, Keona Aina trying to rip through a couple. That is Motu, one of 6 brothers. The youngest still in middle school coming through. 3 on the roster here. Of course, we'll shout out to their family watching locally and, of course, in the United Kingdom as well. They've been a tremendous part here of St. Francis rugby history. Now again, the outside centre looks for a run. And that's Motu Keona Aina. Crashing upfield. Some fresh legs on the field. 17 in Aina Sunia. He picks around the fringes himself now. Takes a couple to bring him down. Over the halfway line go St. Francis the Lancers. Big step in midfield. Watepi Faletti looking for the offload. Doesn't come, it's been pinched, but on the ground. So penalty to the Lancers. We know the script, it's tap and go. Faletti looking to bounce on the outside, beats 2 or 3, still going. What a beautiful break this is. Unbelievable skills. What a score. In fact, it is the inside centre. The captain, look at us celebrate. Kamani Keona Aina scores a terrific try in this final.
And that might be the dagger. That might be the nail in the coffin. I know we still have plenty of minutes to go in the second half, but this is just one which Torrey Pines will not want to see again. It's another missed tackle, unfortunately, but it was just the way that they were on the front foot, tap and go from the penalty. And I just want to shout out to the Keona Aina family. Thank you. Thank you for blessing us with absolute rock stars, this family. On the field, we're seeing 3 of them just go at it. The captain taking the score. And ultimately, for the Lancers, you like to think that maybe they have one hand on this state championship now with that try. What a score.
They've done it in style as well. Just taking players on. Kaimani Keona Aina, unbelievable skills. He's wearing the 21 jersey. Playing in the 12 position is the captain. This kick from in front. Unsuccessful, but still the score 46-29, 55 minutes gone here in Northern California at St. Mary's College. And we are witnessing some rising stars. You mentioned, Will, on the socials a bit earlier. Well, these stars, they've risen, my friend.
Oh, they have indeed. I mean, I focused on the Battle of the Tens. Pifoletti's also had a fine game. I just wondered, though, that these extra points that have just slipped away, could that become costly? In a few simple kicks that have gone wide, and whilst the Lancers definitely show their chests are up as they knock it downfield here, they are in the lead. It still just gives Torrey Pines a chance to get back in this match.
This is Finn Johnson, the fullback, beats 1. Rides around the tackle there, met by Inasuina. Now to the right, as standing start to try scorer from earlier, Bryson Waterhouse for Torrey Pines. Their fans urging their side on as Garcia spills it backwards. There it is. Tate with good hands. Feko with beautiful pass. Now space. Farkash now looking to work the number 8, busting free. What a run this is for Torrey Pines. He slips as he goes back on the inside. Support now arrives. Numbers on the right-hand side. Again to the ground they go. Stunning breakout that was from Sheikh Farkash. Looking to put his stamp on this game. The Falcons must score next if they want to keep their hopes alive in this contest. Ewan Hope Bell. He drives it upfield. Here's Farkash yet again. At a standing start, able to get rid of the first wave of attack defenders. Lays it on the ground there for Alex Brightson. He goes to the right, does the vice captain. And that's Andrew Tage driving for the line. Unbelievable skills. Over, what a ball carry. What a movement that is for Torrey Pines. They're on the board in style as well.
Maybe I wrote them off a little bit too soon, Dallin. I did say from the Lancers' perspective, those extra points getting missed might be just the reason that the Falcons can just get back at that deficit. Tate with the try. Massive credit has to go to Shafar Cash. He was the one who got the breakaway. But Tate, talk about never say die. Look at that. The leg drive, never giving up in the contact. And the captain showing to his team, hey boys, we're not done. We're not done. We're still going. We've got time. And if this kick goes over, it's a really interesting game.
Goes to the side. It is 46-34, an 80-point thriller so far. But you mentioned the Falcons are right back in this. 2 scores needed, and that is certainly one to get their tails up here as we approach an hour played in this game.
Again, it's kind of at that point when you look at the energy levels, what are the substitutes that these head coaches are going to make? We've seen a couple already come onto the field, expecting, yes, their starters to go as long as possible, but it might just be that extra bit of impact from someone coming on who's fresh. Could be a big difference. Lancers, if I was them, try and play a bit of territory, albeit I know the game plan of playing with the ball from anywhere has really worked for them, but at the same time, don't put themselves too much under unnecessary pressure as the Falcons are still trying to chase this match.
Ball sits up here for the Falcons. They're able to keep possession here. Down to the ground they go. The third time these two sides meet in the state championship. In 2023, Torrey Pines won. And in 2025, it was the Lancers of St. Francis who were victorious last year. Exit ball. Well, under pressure. Try to kick off the other foot. Try to sidestep as well to the ground. Goes Reese Curtis. Farkash. Buying time for his Flyers to get back in position is the number 8 for Torrey Pines. But of course, any ball that is still left on the field of play will be a quick counter. This time they find the touch nicely from Curtis.
Yeah, credit to Curtis just to relieve some pressure there. He was under a lot of it. I think that was Motu Keona Aina who was putting the pressure on the Falcons, number 10. And we enter the kind of, well, just under 16 minutes left in this state final. Going to need the 10s to just manage the game as best as possible. Pifoletti for St. Francis and Curtis for Torrey Pines. This is when they really need to step up and take control.
Sione Tonga goes to the front, slap back here for the Falcons. Brilliant work at the front. They have possession now with Farkash, the number 8, shifting to the right-hand side. Possession spills. Oh, this is dangerous here. Thrown to the left. Big shot comes in. Looking to keep it alive, Alatini, but will be called back here for the first knock-on.
Bit scrappy that is just going to enter maybe as teams get a little bit nervous. There's a big scoreboard here at St. Mary's College where you'll see how long's left, what's the score on the board. It might just make everyone just feel a little bit on edge. Farkash there, Farkash just looking to get the ball away, but good defense from St. Francis, getting on top of the Torrey Pines, big number 8, forcing the turnover.
Yeah, Sean McQuaid with a beautiful tackle, the number 5. Big step for Fida, looking on the right-hand side. Oh, the bump comes in superbly. Oh, what a beautiful try. Unbelievable off the bench. Lower to Ila scores, and that's what it means to him and his teammates.
Look at it. Look at that. They are pumped up. Lancers extend their lead. And just when I said about having that impact off the bench, well, there you have it. Tui Ila gets over, crashes over for the Lancers. And it was simple. Watch this from Pifoletti, though. He starts it off, just that little bit of footwork just to hold the defender. then leaves the one-on-one on the outside, and you back yourself. When you're that powerful over the line, there's nothing really that Finn Johnson, the fullback for Torrey Pines, could do. And I think for the Lancers, they knew how much that meant. Maybe morale, the morale in the air, taking it out of Torrey Pines as they were trying to get back into this game. The Lancers just open up that lead a little bit more.
Their 9th try to date, the replacement, that power from Loa to Ila. Unmatched as he celebrates with his teammates. Sideline conversion attempt here. Pifaletti puts it to the side. But it's 51-34. And as you said, time will start ticking away here for the Falcons as that lead grows. Is it too much for the Falcons to take back?
I don't know, Dallin. It's a hard one to say at the moment as they try and get the restart underway quick because they know that every minute's going to matter. One thing we do know is that tries can come from anywhere. They've come in this game from underneath their own posts. That was from the Lancers. But the Falcons have got some X-Factor players in there, can also strike from anywhere. As Lancers go again, though, now.
Beautiful breakout. Here we go yet again. The Lancers busting free. This will win them the state championship. You better believe it. It's the captain, Kaimani Keona Aina, that scores. It is ridiculous how many talented players this team have. They are absolutely breathless to watch. The Lancers fire in what will be the winning try.
Oh, it's just exactly how St. Francis have been playing all day. I've been calling for them to play a bit of territory. You've got the leads. No. Go to what you're good at, which is just beating people, playing rugby. Eyes up in front. And what a moment for the captain to get another score. Fascinating to see that. I hear he has committed to Cal. Wow. I tell you what, Cal Bear fans, if you are listening, if you are watching, any of you out there, you have got a talent coming your way. Try-scoring machine, the captain gets over, and like you say, Dallin, I just wonder whether that is it. It's just the lead now is too big.
Time ticks away, 56-34. The extra 2 from in front. Taking the time needed. So after setting up that brilliant try, Pifaletti nails the conversion. 58-34. 2 tries on the day from the captain. That brings his total to 10 this season. This only his 6th game. Unbelievable from Kaimani Keona Aina. Well, if you're just joining us, that score is an indication of over 90 points of running rugby in this beautiful Californian sun. The Golden State welcomes you to St. Mary's College of California as this high school state championship winds down with 5 minutes to go. The Lancers, the side that have scored 10 unbelievable tries. They've opted to tap and go when gifted some penalties, and some tireless work out there from their players. We've seen them put on an absolute display. The Falcons are not done yet. The side from Torrey Pines that were here last year, Farcash, one of their best players. He goes against a couple. Subs on the field. Also adding a bit of spark. The kick through from Curtis, trying something new. Races up, there's Reese Curtis. He picks it up himself. He gets near the line. Oh, the ball's been stripped over the try line. Remarkable skills there from the Lancers. But they concede a penalty, 5 out. Quick tap from the hooker, looking to drive through. That's Nick Taitch with advantage. We'll come back here, 5 meters out. Falcons want to go quickly here, only a few minutes left in this game. And they trail by 24 points.
I think it looks as though, Dallin, just looking at Reese Curtis over there, struggling. The number 10 who's had an excellent season for Torrey Pines, try to reach out over the line. I don't know whether he's maybe done some damage to his shoulder. No, he's getting up. The commitment from both teams, Dallin's been brilliant, hasn't it? As Torrey Pines will still try and believe that they can get back at this deficit. But you've got to credit both teams. They've physically been brilliant, both of them.
They really have. Here we go. Here's Farkash now. Shay Farkash bounces a couple to the ground, fighting to get over. He gets very close again. Arthur Arakialiana is there as well on the field, wearing 16. Now to the right they go. Bryson Waterhouse scored one already in this game. He's driven backwards. The ball's free. It's somehow ripped here. And it stays in the hands of Keana Aina. Penalty though. Back to the Falcons. Here's Farkash yet again for the third time. This time he goes the direct route. Driven absolutely backwards again. The commitment on the line from the Lancers is tremendous. As Torrey Pines again looking to crunch through. This is Waterhouse for a second carry. Ezra Hyde is on his shoulder. Fecko tries to fend and pirouette around as well. Does the big number 5, Liam Fecko. To the right, it's a bubble, but we keep it alive. Does Waterhouse. He's driven to the ground. The hits keep coming from both sides. The Falcons knocking on the door in the dying stages of this game. Again, another pick and drive. They're over. Good score from the forward pack around the fringes. And the Falcons are back on the board. A bit too late, you would imagine, with time ticking away.
And is that, of course, Shay Farkash, who gets off the ground last. He's deserved a score today. He's been everywhere, as he has been all this season, the big number 8. Wrestling background, if I get that right. Actually fairly new to rugby, which is incredible. Which is absolutely incredible. Some of these crossover athletes, there's many as well, actually, on the Lancers team who are in the football program as well. But anyway, Shay Farkash, in the end, just stays so strong. He actually got whacked back in the tackle before that, but he doesn't give up. He gets on the ball and he goes over the line. I still think, Dallin, it's a little bit too little, too late, unfortunately, for Torrey Pines. But you never know in the game of rugby. Just under 7 minutes, anything could happen.
Conversion. Successful, 58-41. Anything can happen indeed, but the time to strike will be right away for this Falcon side. Wonderful score from, you mentioned, the wrestler. Shay Farkash has his name on the boards as well. What a game we have seen so far. 99 points on the board. You'd not have expected it coming to this one. The finals are generally a little bit tighter than that, but both sides able to run and score when needed. So here we go. Waiting for a ball to find its way to midfield before we can continue. 35 minutes a half, so this technically is the last play. Unless I've read the clock wrong. We'll see here. Kicking off from St. Francis, who've treated us to some unbelievable tries, scoring 10 on the board here. Falcons go to the ground. Eli Purcell with possession. He'll kick around the fringes from halfback. Bond cleans this one up. Here's Alatini, who hoofs this one out. He knows. The whistle sounds. And your 2026 California State Champions are the Lancers from St. Francis. They go back to back in unbelievable style. They have thrilled, they have entertained, they have won the hearts from people around the world. And how proud can their family and friends be? They win this one 58 points to 41. And we have witnessed some unbelievable players on display, but they have come together as one united team.
Magnificent game of running rugby. Credit to the Lancers. They are, as you say, the California State High School champions, and they've deserved it in the end. Some wonderful tries, some individual brilliance, but collectively as a team, their belief to attack from anywhere, the support as well, has just been magnificent. Massive credit also goes to Torrey Pines, the Falcons, who showed a fantastic game throughout, just maybe in the end a little bit caught out when the Lancers got on the transition. They got on the counter-attack. It was just too much. The Falcons come up short for the second year in a row. The Lancers go back to back and really in the end, they controlled it. Just when I thought there was an extra few minutes on the clock, there wasn't to be. It was too good from the Lancers. We take another look back, and I don't know about you, but Naya Alatini, Dallin, was superb all game. One of the big reasons of that counter-attack transition success that St. Francis had was because of that man, the number 15. And then, of course, the Keon Aina brothers. Remember that name because they were phenomenal. The captain getting this being another score for him. What a wonderful family to have when you've got that many great rugby players. Well done, St. Francis Lancers. Congratulations, Mark Scharenberg. You guys are the state California high school champions.
Unbelievable scenes, writing their names in the history books. You mentioned 2025 and 2026, but they just kept ball alive, kept running and kept going. Some unbelievable talent on display, runners coming from absolutely everywhere. And the Cal Bears will be seeing this youngster coming up very soon. Kaimani Keonaina scores his second in a row and looking to celebrate with the home crowd. Phenomenal scenes here at St. Mary's College in California. Truly an unbelievable final, Will Hooley. It's been an honor to see these sides go all season long. And in the end, the Lancers hold strong, 58-41, thanking their crowd who came to support them. Some brilliant coaches, staff, brilliant squad. And what a proud moment for them as well. Wow, tremendous scenes. And we can thank some of our partners as well who've brought us this action here all season long, and particularly in this high school state championship. Big thanks to USA Youth and High School Rugby. They've been tremendous, of course. USA Youth and High School Rugby is building the future of sport across America, igniting passion in new players, elevating school and community programs, creating real pathways from first touch to lifelong opportunity. On fields like this one, athletes are discovering a game where everyone belongs. And of course, Rugby Riot. Well, looking for a better way to follow high school rugby, scan the QR code on your screen or head to rankings.rugbyriot.com for the Rugby Riot Hub. There are ranking scores, team pages, and coverage from around the country. Rugby Riot giving high school rugby the hype it deserves. And of course, TVX Sports Video. We've been covering sports in Southern California and around the country for nearly 20 years. They're committed to bringing you the best live, local, and emerging sports coverage. Well, fantastic to have been here with you. For Will Hooley, I'm Dallin Stanford, and tremendous to crown our 2026 High School California State Champions. St. Francis, the Lancers that win this one. The side from Northern California reign supreme against Torrey Pines and win it by 58-41. Be safe out there, and we'll see you soon. And thanks for watching this sensational coverage of high school action. Beautiful. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so
Nice job,
much.
guys.
Thank you, Will.
Great job, Dallin.
Well done, everyone.
Excellent, my man. Yeah, we're duck out.
Okay, cool. Thanks, my friends. Cheers now, guys.
All right, appreciate
bye
it.
now.
Well done, everyone. Take care.
Thank you. Cheers now.
Get the rugby. eyes of the guys. The guy that he was the president. My height is on this When do you go this week? Is the family good dinner?